Hi, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is AJ Amélie. I grew up in a Christian family. I grew up going to church every Sunday, and I knew all the stories, but to me, it was just something I had to do. In my early teens, I started going to my church's youth group. It was filled with what I know now as lukewarm Christians. Everyone claimed to follow God, but few really did. And I failed to see the difference between us and the outside world. Years later, in 2021, I started working with someone who changed the direction of my life completely. I became close friends with this person and had a lot of deep conversations with them. Unlike everyone else I hung out with, they were different. I had no idea what it was at the time. In the spring of 2022, I invited my friend to my youth group. And afterwards, she invited me to Kingsway, saying something along the lines of, I should see what a real youth group is like. So I went a few times, and I saw the difference instantly. Everyone was full of love and some kindness that I couldn't understand. Later that year, I went to a youth retreat with Kingsway, and while there, something just clicked. I understood what that love, joy, and kindness was. It was God and the Holy Spirit showing himself to me through these people. During that year, I was in a relationship, and that became my priority. After the relationship ended, I started working on my faith more and started getting the rest of my life together. I started thinking about baptism, but my mind kept going to the same point. I'm not ready. Or I need to get this one thing right first. Then I started doing a Bible study with some of my closest friends, and I was finally reading the Bible on a daily basis. I felt that I was growing stronger in my faith, but I still didn't feel ready to take the leap of getting baptized. In 2023, I started thinking about baptism again. This time, the feelings were stronger than I should. I felt like something was trying to burst out of my chest. I started talking to a friend about it, and they told me, and told them how I was feeling about it. They said that baptism doesn't mean you have to have your whole life together. You're still going to struggle, but it means that you're going to choose to follow God through it all. You're going to choose to chase after him day after day, through thick and thin, like Philippians 4:13 says, I can do all things through him who gives me strength. That's why today I'm taking this public declaration to declare to all of you that this is the life I'm choosing to follow Christ.
All right, hop on in, my good friend. Not that cold? Not that cold. That's good. That's good. Okay, AJ, first off, do you know that God just loves you so much? Awesome. Do you believe that Jesus Christ is the Son of God? Do you believe that he came, died, and rose again? And do you confess before God and before man that you are a sinner in need of forgiveness and salvation? Well, because of your profession of faith, it is our privilege to baptize you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Okay, Amélie, if you'd like to make your way. Give it up for AJ, you guys. Awesome.
Hello, my name is Amélie Pellens, and before I get baptized, I'd like to share a bit of my story. Growing up, I went to church every Sunday. I'd go to Sunday school, and I'd listen to the story and do the craft. But by the time I got home, I would have forgotten most of it or just put it out of my head. As I got older, going to church became less and less fun. I felt like I wasn't learning anything, and I didn't always connect with the other kids in my Sunday school class. Eventually, I just felt like it was a waste of time. And while I never really doubted that God was real or that I was saved, I never fully knew what that meant for me in my life. I'd see people lifting their hands up in worship or getting baptized, and I'd think that sort of thing was for other people. I knew that I was part of this thing called faith, but I always thought I was just going along for the ride. During COVID, we ended up leaving our church and starting a small house church with 2 other families. This went really well for quite a while, and I learned a bunch of interesting things. But I still didn't have that strong relationship that I got with God that I saw others had and that I now wanted. Later on, there was some tension between the families in our small house church, and we ended up disbanding. My family and I went for a few months without going to church. I began going to the youth group at a local church, and while it was fun, I still didn't feel fulfilled. My brother had been going to the Kingsway youth group for a while now, and I could see a change in him. I wanted to experience this for myself, so I went with him one night to youth to see what it was like. The difference between the Kingsway youth group and the one I had been going to was astounding. I was amazed to see all these teens so engaged and excited to learn about Christ. So I started going regularly to this youth group, and it didn't happen right away, but slowly I started noticing changes in myself. I started praying more frequently, and I decided to read through the entire Bible, which was something I had never even considered before. But most importantly, I began trusting God more and more. This was the beginning of that faithful relationship that I had craved. One night, as I was reading my Bible, I came across Luke chapter 12 with verse 4, which says, "Dear friends, don't be afraid of those who want to kill your body. They can do no more to you after that." This verse amazed me, and I still find it one of the most important things I had ever read. Looking back, I can see many of these small but impactful moments that helped make me who I am today. I now know that they were the work of the Holy Spirit. I also know that I can have more than just a tag-along faith. That's why I'm here getting baptized today. Let's do this.
Awesome. How is it in there? It's all right? All right. Atta girl. So, Amélie, do you know that God just loves you so much? Awesome. Do you believe that Jesus Christ is the Son of God? Do you believe that he came to earth, he died, and he rose again? Do you believe that you are a sinner in need of forgiveness and salvation? Well, it is our privilege to baptize you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.